Hi, so today we're going to learn to breathe. I'm going to teach you to breathe deeply. This is breathing for singers, but it's also breathing for anybody. Deep breathing is important for anybody. It can release anxiety, it's extremely healthy. So it's a one benefit that singers get by learning to sing is to learn to breathe deeply. Also to have good alignment, which I'm also going to teach you today. It's extremely important for just long-term health. So, as I always say, the breath is our clay. For singers, the breath is our clay. The breath is everything. The breath is what creates the vibration in our vocal folds, which creates our sound. So we have to learn to breathe. And for singers, we need to learn to breathe deeply. We're going to go through 4 parts of this. The first is alignment. Second is inhalation, deep breathing, and the difference between deep breathing and high breathing. And exhalation. And then we're going to put it all together in practice. So we're going to start with alignment. Now, the first thing with alignment is making sure that we have good posture. And in order to do that, we need to really feel that our spine is extended, that it's completely extended. Now, I suggest that those of you who are beginners really start on sitting on a chair for this, because you can dig into the chair. You can just, lean into that chair. Your sit bones can lean into the chair. The torso can really feel that resistance that you feel on the chair. So if you're standing, that's also fine. Just feel that you're really grounded into the floor. Now, in order to feel that spine extended, here's one way. Imagine there's a string that's going from the back of the skull and pulling up the spine even taller. So that's one way to lift that spine. You will then you should feel that the lungs and the rib cage are just buoyant. They're like floating on water here. They're buoyant. That's what we want to feel. You're really lifted. That's one way to do it. I also teach another way, which is to take your 2 fingers and just place them behind your ears, and then just push up behind those ears, and you'll feel that extension. Take the 2 fingers, put them behind your ears, and just walk them, just lean them, push them up behind the ears and lifting them behind the ears, and you feel that lift. Another way is to take your arms, raise your arms, take a breath, lower your arms, and you should feel that the lungs are just floating. They're buoyant. The rib cage, lungs, they're buoyant. That's what we want. So there's alignment. Now for the second part is inhalation. And when we need to take a deep breath. And when your rib cage is buoyant, when you have good alignment, you have all this space to fill with air. We can really fill the lower part of our lungs. If we're collapsed, we can't fill the lower part of our lungs. Maybe we're breathing high, but we're certainly not able to breathe low. We're not able to even get to the lower part of the lungs. And we certainly can't release the diaphragm to fill our lungs with air. So I'm sure you've heard about diaphragmatic breathing, and let me talk about it. So the diaphragm is a circular muscle that's tucked underneath the lungs. And when the lungs are filled, that muscle has to go somewhere, and it drops. Now we can actually just get that diaphragm muscle to just drop, and that actually fills the lungs. So many people will call it belly breathing. but you're not breathing into your belly. The diaphragm muscle is dropping into your belly, and that's why the belly will stick out. But it's the lower part of the lungs that are actually filling. Your lungs are here, and the belly's here. But when the diaphragm drops, when that muscle drops, your stomach will stick out, and the lungs will fill with air. And then you can exhale. Put your hands on your belly and just stick it out. See if you can stick out your belly. And see if when that happens, there's an inhalation that happens when you do that. So blow it out, and now just stick out your belly. And there's inhalation. It just, the lungs just fill with air. It takes a split second. The lower part of the lungs, not the high part. The high part, we're already buoyant. When we have good alignment, we're already buoyant. We're allowing there's a full expansion of the lungs. And blow it out. Try it again. See if you can feel that diaphragm drop, filling the lungs. And blow out. I want to show you the difference between a high breath and a low breath. I want you to experience the difference between a high breath and a low breath. So put your hand on your chest and just breathe high. And feel that. There's nothing going, your diaphragm muscle's not moving. That's not what we want when we sing, and that's not going to help with breathing for life. We need to breathe deeply. So put your hand on your belly and drop the diaphragm muscle and release. Open and release. Open and release. When I say open, that's really letting the diaphragm muscle drop. And then it's like a sigh of air that just comes right in, filling the lungs. It takes a split second. The other thing that is important is not to suck air in so much that it's closing the throat. If I go like this, I'm sort of tightening my throat. I can feel it tighten. We don't want to have a tight throat when we're breathing in. We need to have a relaxed, open throat. Just allow it to open. Allow the diaphragm muscle to drop. You don't have to do anything. It will do it for you. There it is. See if you can imagine that there's a big straw here, and the air comes in through here, through your chest, not from your mouth. So you don't have to worry about anything from here to here. Just imagine it coming in through here. See if that works for you. And blow it out. Open and blow out. Open and blow out. Open and blow out. Good. So low breath is what we need. Now the exhalation. Actually, before we do the exhalation, put your hands around your waist, and when that diaphragm muscle drops, see if you feel the whole, like a tire of air filling around your center, and blow and fill it. Drop, see, feel everything opening. Open. Kind of let the air lean into the bottom of the chair. Now put your hands on your back. See if you can feel the back filling with air. Great. So I hope that's working for you. Now we're going to go to the exhalation. Now, there needs to be some resistance in the exhalation, but you actually, again, everything needs to feel very elastic, buoyant, gentle. But just imagine, bellows that fan a fire. When you open the bellows, when this air comes in, when you press the bellows to let the air out so that it fans the fire, it doesn't all go out at once. There is some resistance to make sure that there's a measured amount of air that is released. Otherwise, the too much air will just blow the fire out. It's a little bit, a fine stream of air. Now for us, we also need a fine stream of air will vibrate the vocal folds, and that's what we need. So we need to have that bit of resistance. We need to feel that bit of resistance as we exhale, but you don't have to force it. Don't try to make it happen. Just allow it. So we have our inhalation, and then you're going to slowly, I'm going to ask you to exhale on a sh sound. The sh will allow for some resistance here, and we're going to feel a little bit of resistance down here. Just a little. Shh. Just try that. Open. Shh. Just here and here, a bit of resistance. Nothing, don't push anything. Don't force anything, just gentle. Shh. And as you exhale, when you inhale, the diaphragm muscle drops. As you exhale, the diaphragm muscle will start to go back up into its place. As the air releases from your lungs, the diaphragm muscle drops, lifts, it goes back up into its place. So the belly extends when you inhale, and when you exhale, very little at a time, just the belly starts to get pulled in again. Open, and then just feel that belly go right back in, and inhale. And exhale. Drop the diaphragm muscle. Let the air sigh in. Open. Feel it from here. Opening. Air coming in. There's no tightening of the throat. No sucking. Open. And this starts to go back in as you continue to exhale. And open. Keep the spine up as you do this, and open again. Open again. You'll feel the intercostal muscles working. Exhale. Open and exhale. Keep your pulling up, keep everything pulled up. You don't have to go on forever. You also do not have to release such a tiny bit of air to try to extend the release, the amount of time that you release that air. Just make it normal, especially now. Just open and go as far as you can go without killing yourself. And open again. And exhale and let it go all the way. So now we're going to just do some practice breathing so that we do this together so you can feel it all. So again, make sure you're pulled up. Do whatever it is that helps you to feel pulled up and buoyant in your chest, and then Drop that diaphragm muscle into your hands, into your belly here. Let the air come in and exhale. Good. Make sure you're not collapsed. How did that feel? Put your hands around your middle. Still feel pulled up. And try again. Open and exhale. Open, exhale. Drop the diaphragm muscle. And exhale. Open and exhale. Now put your hands on your back. See if you can feel the air coming into your back. If you don't, it's okay. You'll something to work with. It will happen eventually, but see if you can find it now. Open and exhale. 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 Okay, so there's some breathing 101, just the basics of breathing for singers. This is basics of breathing for anybody who wants to start to breathe low. It's something that will help you for your whole life, so I do recommend everybody to try this. And let me know how it goes. Leave comments below. Thanks.